today's video, I'm going to share my custom Framemeister profile for the Sega Dreamcast, using the Toro VGA box from BBS. While the Dreamcast never had an official component video cable, which would become standard shortly after its release, the Dreamcast does support 480p video over a VGA connection. Unfortunately, the Framemeister lacks a VGA input. Thankfully, the Framemeister will accept a 31 kHz signal over the RGB mini-DIN port on the front of the device. Here is where the Toro VGA box comes in. It takes the Dreamcast's VGA signal, combines the vertical and horizontal sync, and outputs the signal over SCART, ready for the Framemeister. There are other methods for getting a Dreamcast VGA signal into the Framemeister as well, but this is what I use. It's also worth noting the Toro VGA box is wired for the European SCART standard, so something like a EuroSCART to JP21 adapter for the Framemeister will be required. Before we get started, let me also get a few things out of the way. First, as of this video, the most recent version of the Framemeister firmware is 2.03a, so I am going to assume you are using this firmware. Next, you should reset all of your settings by going to Data Reset from the Framemeister menu. This should reset everything to their default values, but won't change any of your previously saved profiles. I also have some personal preferences. First, I prefer 480p content stretched to fill the screen, rather than perfect integer scaling. Next, I prefer a smoother look rather than aiming for a pixelated look. Finally, the following profile will work for 720p as well as 1080p. So with that, here are the settings that I use. While the Framemeister isn't the best scaler for 480p content, it is still pretty good, and these settings should give you an excellent picture on the big screen.